Hi students. So in this session I am going to explain what are the steps in respiration and mechanism of respiration. So in previous class I explained that parts of the respiratory tract and about lungs. Then next events of respiration. Events of respiration are steps. What are the steps in respiration? So of course in respiration we can take fresh atmospheric oxygen and release carbon dioxide. So here not directly atmospheric oxygen is reached to our cells. So it will be reached to our cells step by step. So first reach to our alveoli, and from alveoli to pulmonary capillaries to tissue, and then tissue cells, and finally reach to our cells. So these are the steps. So events of respiration. So in that events of respiration, so what is that first step? Breathing. Breathing, or we can call it as pulmonary ventilation. So in this step, here the exchange of gases occur between atmosphere and alveoli. Very simple. Exchange of gases occur between atmosphere and alveoli. So what is the percentage of oxygen in atmosphere? That is 21% of oxygen. So we can take fresh atmospheric oxygen and it will be reached to our alveoli, and the carbon dioxide which is rich in alveoli, that is foul air, and it is expelled outside. It means in that first step exchange of gases occur between atmosphere and alveoli. We can take fresh atmospheric oxygen and it will be reached to our alveoli, and the carbon dioxide which is present in our alveoli, it will be expelled outside. It means here in this first step, here the exchange of gases occur between atmosphere and alveoli. Atmosphere and alveoli. It is the first step. Then second step, external respiration. Second step is what? External respiration. So in this step, here the exchange of gases occur between alveoli and the blood in pulmonary capillaries. So in that first step, outside the fresh atmospheric oxygen is reached to alveoli. So here the air is present in that alveoli. So and from alveoli to pulmonary capillaries. Here the exchange of gases or the transport of gases occur between alveoli and blood in pulmonary capillaries. Alveoli, blood in pulmonary capillaries. Through alveolar membranes. Through alveolar membranes. It is the second step. We can call it as external respiration. Then third step, transport of gases. What is the third step? Transport of gases. So what are the changes occur in the transport of gases? So in that first step, exchange of gases occur between atmosphere to alveoli. It means here the oxygen is reached to alveoli. In that second step, external respiration, here the exchange of gases occur between alveoli and blood in pulmonary capillaries through alveolar membrane. And in the third step, it is transport of gases. So in this third step, exchange of gases, exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide by blood, by blood between lungs and tissues. Between lungs and tissues. So it is the third event. What is that first event? Breathing. Second event is external respiration, and third event is that is transport of gases. So transport of gases. So in the third step, exchange of gases occur between lungs and tissues. Then next fourth step is what? Internal respiration. What is that fourth step? Internal respiration, or we can call it as tissue respiration. So what are the changes occur in the tissue respiration or internal respiration means? So here transport of gases between blood, systemic capillaries and tissue cells. Okay, now between systemic capillaries and tissue cells. Systemic capillaries and tissue cells. Okay, now tissue cells. It is the fourth step. So here oxygen is reached to our tissue cells. So that's why we can call it as tissue respiration or internal respiration also. Then fifth step is what? Last step, cellular respiration. Okay, now what is that last step? Cellular respiration. So cellular respiration means what here? Finally oxygen is reached to the cells. Okay, now. And the cells utilize the atmospheric oxygen and involves catabolic process and produces the what? ATP, energy. Okay, now energy as well as carbon dioxide and water. So it is the cellular respiration. What is the third step? Fifth step, that is cellular respiration. So in that first step, oxygen is reached to alveoli. Okay, now that is breathing, by the process of breathing. And in that second step, external respiration. External respiration means what? Here the oxygen from alveoli to blood in pulmonary capillaries through alveolar membrane, that is external respiration. And third step is what? Transport of gases. Here the transport of gases between lungs and tissues. Okay, now. And by blood, here the transport of gases by blood between lungs and tissues. And fourth step is what? Internal respiration or tissue respiration. So here the transport of gases between systemic capillaries and to tissue cells. And finally cellular respiration. So when cells, here oxygen is reached to the cells and cells received that oxygen, okay, taken by that oxygen and undergoes catabolic process to produces the what? Energy and carbon dioxide as well as the water. So these are the 5 events in respiration, or these are the 5 different types of steps in respiration. Clear? Then next, mechanism of breathing. So mechanism of respiration is mainly involves 2 stages. So what are the 2 stages? One is inspiration or inhalation, and the second one is what? Expiration or exhalation. Okay, now one is inspiration and second one is expiration. So inspiration, or we can call it as active process. Inspiration is a active process. So why it is called as active process means, so in that inspiration muscles undergoes contraction and here the requirement of energy. So it is an active process. And expiration, so in this stage muscles are relaxed, so there is no requirement of energy, so that's why it is passive process. Okay, now so here inspiration is an active process, inhalation, and also call it as inhalation, active process, and expiration, exhalation, or we can call it as it is a passive process. So when it is possible, when it is inspiration is possible means, here you have to observe, so when inside the lungs pressure is less than the atmospheric pressure. Okay, now when inside the lungs pressure, it means when lungs pressure is negative pressure, that means less than the atmospheric pressure. Here the atmospheric pressure is positive pressure. So in inspiration we can take fresh atmospheric oxygen. When it is possible, when inside the lungs pressure, our lungs pressure is less than the atmospheric pressure, at that stage we can take fresh atmospheric oxygen by the process of inspiration and by the contraction of muscles. It means when lungs pressure is negative pressure, and atmospheric pressure is positive pressure, when lungs pressure is less than the atmospheric pressure, at that stage we can take fresh atmospheric oxygen. Clear? And expiration, when it is possible, when lungs pressure is higher than the atmospheric pressure, it means our lungs pressure is positive pressure and atmospheric pressure is negative. So when our lungs pressure is higher than the atmospheric pressure, at that stage we can release foul air by the process of expiration and relaxation of muscles. Remember, so these are the two important steps or mechanism of respiration. So what are the two important steps in mechanism of respiration means? One is inspiration and another one is expiration. And one more point in that mechanism of breathing, mainly there are two important types of muscles mainly helps in mechanism of respiration. What are the two important muscles? One is diaphragm muscles phrenic muscles, or we can call it as radial muscles. Name of the diaphragm muscles, that is phrenic or radial muscles. Okay, now radial muscles. And second type of muscles, that is which are present between the ribs, known as external intercostal muscles. External intercostal muscles. So dear students, remember these two types of muscles act as a key role in mechanism of respiration. Let us see. What is that first step? Inspiration. And when it is possible, when our lungs pressure is less than the atmospheric pressure, at that stage inspiration is possible. So it is active process. We know the reason why it is active process means in that inspiration muscles are undergoes contraction, so here the requirement of energy, so that's why it is active process. First step is what? Inspiration. Let us see what are the changes occur in inspiration. In inspiration, so it is the diagram. This diagram shows that inspiration. Inspiration. So you have to observe the differences between these two diagrams. It is the thoracic chamber. In previous class I told lungs are present in our thoracic chamber or airtight chamber, and this thoracic chamber dorsally formed by the vertebral column, ventrally by sternum and laterally by ribs and lowered by the diaphragm. It is the diaphragm. Okay. So it is the thoracic chamber. So during inspiration, phrenic muscles or radial muscles, they are which type of muscles? Diaphragm muscles. Okay, now so it is the diaphragm. So when these muscles, diaphragm muscles undergoes contraction, okay, now so the diaphragm, contraction of diaphragm, or the contraction of which muscles? Diaphragm muscles. Name of the muscles? Phrenic muscles or the radial muscles. So when these muscles undergoes contraction, here the increases the volume of thoracic chamber in which direction? Anterior posterior direction. Okay, now in which direction? Anterior posterior direction. It is the first step. So when these muscles are undergoes contraction, increase the volume of thoracic chamber in which direction? Anterior posterior direction. Then next, when contraction of external internal costal muscles, when external intercostal muscles are contract, increase the volume of thoracic chamber, that is dorsoventral axis. Remember, so when diaphragm muscles undergoes contraction, here the volume of thoracic chamber increases in which direction? That is anterior posterior direction. And next, by the contraction of external intercostal muscles, here also increases the volume of thoracic chamber in which direction? That is dorsoventral direction. It means during inspiration, by the contraction of these two muscles, here ribs, okay now, ribs and sternum, these two parts are raised or pushed forward direction, okay now. So during inspiration, by the contraction of these two muscles, ribs and sternum, ribs and sternum raised, ribs and sternum raised, and increase the volume of thoracic chamber, okay now. You have to observe, increase the volume of thoracic chamber. It means increase the volume of thoracic chamber and ribs sternum raised in which process? Inspiration. How? By the contraction of phrenic muscles and the external intercostal muscles. Just imagine, so when thoracic chamber volume is increased, so inside the intrapulmonary pressure will be decrease. Here the space is increase, thoracic chamber space is increase. So when space is increase, inside the intrapulmonary pressure will be decrease. Inspiration is possible when inside the lungs pressure is less than the atmospheric pressure. So here the pressure is very less than atmospheric pressure. So that's why outside the fresh atmospheric oxygen forcefully enter into the thoracic chamber. You have to observe the arrow marks. Okay now, from atmosphere to enter into the thoracic chamber. That is in lungs. Clear? Then next, after inspiration, next process is what? Expiration. So in expiration, what is the definition of expiration? Release of foul air or release of carbon dioxide that is in atmosphere, that is known as expiration. So in that expiration, so this diagram shows that expiration. So in that expiration, diaphragm muscles, so these are the diaphragm muscles, it means diaphragm muscles undergoes relax. Diaphragm muscles are relax. Okay, now diaphragm muscles are relaxed. So when diaphragm muscles are relaxed, external intercostal muscles also relax. So when these two muscles are relaxed, diaphragm as well as the ribs and sternum get original position. Okay, now get original position, back to their original position. Here diaphragm original position, take original position, back to original position, and ribs and sternum also take original position. It means here volume of the thoracic chamber is decreases. Why? Because means ribs and sternum here raised and a contraction of the diaphragm. So here the volume of the thoracic chamber is increased. But in that expiration, by the relaxation of diaphragm muscles and the external intercostal muscles, ribs and the sternum back to their original position, as well as diaphragm also. So it leads to decrease of thoracic chamber. Okay. Here the thoracic chamber space is decrease. So when thoracic chamber space is decreased, inside the intrapulmonary pressure will be increase. If the thoracic chamber space is decreased, inside the intrapulmonary pressure will be increase. When expiration is possible? When lungs pressure is higher than the atmospheric pressure. So here the space, thoracic chamber space is decreased. So inside the intrapulmonary pressure will be increase. So at that stage, foul air, you have to observe the diagram. Okay now, foul air expelled outside. Okay now, foul air expelled outside by the process of expiration. Okay. So remember, so these are the two important steps in mechanism of respiration. One is inspiration and another one is expiration. Very simple. In inspiration, these two muscles are undergoes contraction, and when these two muscles are undergoes contraction, here they increase the volume of thoracic chamber and ribs sternum raised. So when ribs sternum raised and diaphragm is contraction, so here thoracic chamber space is increased and the air pressure will be decreased. So outside the fresh air enter into our lungs. In expiration, these two muscles are undergoes relax. So diaphragm and the rib sternum get virginal position. Okay now. So here they decrease the volume of thoracic chamber and air pressure will be increased. So foul air expelled outside by the process of expiration. So these are the two important steps in mechanism of respiration or mechanism of breathing. Okay, right. Thank you, students.